Hey everyone, this is Gotaru. Welcome to the channel. As you can see with the title, we'll be going through the Crunchyroll lineup 2020 spring. So that in the wrong order. Sorry. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so just a heads up. My description actually has the lineup website, right? So if you want to watch it, like if you want to read through it and see the anime for yourself, you can go ahead. The link is there, and my Twitter's there too. Yeah, let's get back to it. I don't want to get sidetracked. Um, so Tower of God, my life as a villainess, the eighth son, are you kidding me? And Woodpecker Detective's Office. Those four are actually new anime. They just came out. Um, yeah, they like three of them just came out. Like Woodpecker is still to be confirmed. Tower of God is the only trailer I was actually able to see, and so far I'm liking it. It seems like adventure type, an action adventure type anime, and those tend to be good on the long run if they done right. It's just that the only conflict I have is telecom animation is actually conducting it. It's not that I have any problems with them per se. It's just the fact that there could be a problem, with conveying this anime better because there's so many other options that they could go with. And since it's a Crunchyroll original, Crunchyroll would need to be a bit more careful about doing things. But you put them first on the list, so they should be good. Uh, my life as a villainess, it's an isekai from the description. It says an atomic game loving girl gets reincarnated into her favorite game, but as a villain. And isekai, you know how isekais are. They work with reincarnations or being pulled from one reality into another. You know, just with more power and stuff. They tend to be overpowered. The protagonists tend to be overpowered, from experience, like especially with Lost Year's Isekai lineup. But like, yeah, uh, I'm not a big fan of isekais, but they are entertaining to watch when you're trying to refresh yourself from what you're watching right now. As you like, if you get into anime, like once you get into it, you don't want to watch the same thing over and over again. A lot of people tend to watch like at least six different anime at the same time just to refresh their mind as they keep going on refreshing because as you keep watching the same one over and over again, binging turns into a job. No one likes doing their jobs, and then they just the passion is gone. So yeah, the eighth son, are you kidding me, is also another example of a reincarnation, this time with waking up in a different reality. Basically got pulled into that reality. A salaryman wakes up inside the body of a young, magically gifted boy, you know. So he got pulled from his reality into another one. But like, yeah, that and Woodpecker Detective's Office looks like an adventure from the description, but I hope it's also a thriller. Like, detective work should be like thrillers. I know. I'm thinking about it. It's going to be a mystery too, but like I know I'm thinking about like Death Note here, which is notorious for being a thriller, but like I want it to be more. So yeah, those are the four newbies, and not getting to the vet itself. The big four vet, as people like saying. One Piece is busy with its 1.0 arc. You know, I'm not particularly near the 1.0 arc by a mile. I'm like only 10, like not even 10. 10% is saying too much. I'm only 1% into the series. It's got 900 episodes, more than 975 actually, and I I'm currently on number 26, where they, recruiting Sanji into the crew, into the Straw Hat pirate crew. Yeah, that's basically it right now where I'm at. So I can't really give much a review in terms of One Piece. But yeah, as I keep watching, I I personally think I'll get there. I don't think I'll get there by the time the hype is still there, but if One Piece is still going on, I'll be able to get there soon. Just gonna have to juggle my life a bit better. Uh, yeah, that's with One Piece, and now to the main event of this thing. My opinion, the best part about this lineup is Food Wars, the fifth plate, the final season, and it's my favorite anime, and like a lot of people like this anime, but it's a matter of once you watch it, you won't see why we like it because of the first episode. The first episode is it's not exactly what I'd say as the best first impression, you know, and it's just something that you're gonna have to deal with and have to, muscle through it. Because then once you go to the second episode, you'll think, oh, okay, this could be a good anime, and then you just keep watching it and watching it and watching it, and then you realize I'm liking this thing. Maybe it should be my favorite. I'm not trying to push that onto anyone. I'm not trying to say that this should be your best and favorite anime. But if possibilities are up, I'm not gonna argue. But anyways, yeah, I mean, Food Wars is notorious for always improving every season. Every plate, as it says, like it's always improving, and no one wants to watch a cooking anime because they hear it's a cooking anime. They're used to fighting animes or mystery anime or adventure anime, but like this right here is an adventure of its own because it's to do with the cooking world in itself. And like the fifth plate, it's not even like confirmed when it's gonna come out. So then like this is the time where people need to start watching first plate till fourth plate because then you see why there's so much hype about it. Even though Crunchyroll put this on number 4 on the list, but it's not a ranking. They didn't say it's a ranking, so I can't really debunk them or anything. But yeah, it's a great anime. I recommend it. It's a great watch. Even One Piece is a great watch. Uh, People with stamina like watching and One Piece. If it's in the big four, then it has to be a big one. And that's it for the new season picks. Now getting to the simulcasts. Um, I've already spoken about the newbies. Now getting to something like Ascendance of a Bookworm Part 2. I just started watching Part 1. When I first saw this lineup, I realized, there's actually a few anime I haven't seen yet. And I decided, you know what, let me just watch it because I don't want to say, hey, the description says this, the trailer says that. That's all I have to say. I want to give more of an in-depth explanation for the anime. And excuse me, Ascendance of a Bookworm Part 1 was actually pretty good. Like it drew me in. It's a matter of this goal, mine, right? That's her name. Mine. Um it's spelled as main, but her name's actually mine. So with mine, this is an isekai. So you know what happens. She got reincarnated into the body of a child, right? Already born child, just letting you know. So what happened was she was a librarian, an adult librarian, who got into an accident on the first day of work. And, she woke up in the body of a very frail, in fact, child, like 5-year-old child. And with the knowledge she has right now, of course, and she wanted to read a book because she felt lonely. And, since she's a bookworm, as the title states, she wants to find a book, and it's really hard for her to actually grasp a book, obtain a book because of the fact that she doesn't have the funds for that book because the parents don't even have like won't be able to rake in that income in 3 months of work, both the parents combined. So yeah, I mean, this series, it's all about her overcoming her frailty and having having to work through the fact that she can't get a book on ordinary means. She'll have to work hard by implementing new concepts into this world that she's in, which isn't like, as you can see with the what they're wearing and everything. It's more of a medieval type of situation. It's a medieval world, and she'll have to bring in what she learned and what she used in her old life in this new life. Like what you see her do is she brings in the idea of shampoo. No one there washed their hair, so she was the first person to be able to wash hair, and she brought that in. And then you see how she benefits with that, and then you also see how she makes paper, a better type of paper, and everything. You see things that she's learned from a book, she uses it in a different world. You know, if you want to read a book, here's your encouragement. Just read a book. You might get drawn into an isekai and you'll need it. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, yeah, that's it for Ascendance of a Bookworm Part 2. I look forward to it. I wouldn't say the same for Idolish 7 Second Beat. I'm not a fan of Idolish 7. It was one of the ones I just started watching. I'm on like the seventh episode right now, and usually for me, once I start watching an anime, it takes me 2 episodes to be able to like that anime completely. 2 episodes. If the anime is really good, it takes me one, you know. But for Idolish, it's just I liked it in the beginning, but then I realized that they were rushing a few things. Like there were some things that were just concrete once you started watching the anime that other anime series would have, you know, drawn out. They would have like dragged it out a bit more. They should have pulled a One Piece on it because One Piece is known for dragging things out, and Idolish didn't drag out anything. It's like they're putting everything in a rush, and this anime would have been much better if a lot of its stuff like bonds and relationships and storyline was just, you know, dragged out a few episodes, like 10 episodes, because the storyline has potential. It's just this guy meets him. They're already best friends. They best friends with 6 other people. And then you realize that this guy has a brother. He's a rival. He's a rival, and that whole group is a top idol crew. You know what I mean? And it doesn't shift well. I don't feel it as much, but maybe you're into it. If you're not into, like, if you just started watching anime, or if I'm encouraging you to watch anime, if it's like gonna be your first one, I don't really recommend it to be your first one. Or if you want to watch it as your first one to see, okay, I've seen the worst, now let me see the best. Not calling it the worst, just as like a comparison. If you want to see this before seeing anything else, I'd turn around. I'd look the other way. I'd look the other way. I'd give you your space. But you see, the thing is, that's the thing with anime. It's a subjective like scene. I can't give you concrete facts that aren't already given to me. You know, it's more of a biased type of situation. It's more like music. I can't tell you who the best rapper is, but I can tell you who makes the most money and who makes the most sales. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've spoken about Woodpecker Detective's Office, Sword Art Online, Alicization, War of Underworld. I liked the beginning of Sword Art Online, the Ironclad arc. I liked the Gun Gale arc, um, the Alfheim arc. I mean, I liked it. I liked it at first, but you see, the thing is with Sword Art, what it tends to do, it tends to sift a lot of its fans, see who remains and who goes. And I decided to leave after I saw the his sister came in, and this weird stuff that happens there, and they brushed it off like it was nothing in the movie. but then she still has this connection, and yeah, like it's just weird. It's just weird, and I just thought, I'm not about to watch Alicization, but now there's a second season for Alicization, and I think A1 Pictures is either taking a big risk or they're making a profit, a great income from like Alicization number one. And I've heard from a few of its fans, like a few of my friends actually say, Alicization's pretty cool, like, and I can't take their word for it, and I also can't slander it without watching it. So I might as well just watch it and tell you what happens from there. Um, I spoke about Food Wars. Looks like the last one here is Fruit Basket Season 2. I like Fruit Basket. It gave me it gave me more of a love for slice of life anime, but and that says a lot because slice of life anime usually have an element of fantasy to give it more of an intriguing standpoint. And with this anime, like there are some things that don't look realistic, right? Which contrasts with the concept of slice of life itself, right? But you see how this girl, like Toru, that's her name. Toru overcame so much, right? But she's still smiling compared to other people in that whole series who overcome debatably it's debatable, but they overcome a lot too, but they don't really smile the same way. They're really acting fake about it, and you see how she speaks to them, how she changes their life by showing them, you can always smile when something bad happens. Even though it's good to cry, it's always good to cry, but if you're not looking at life positively after that, then really you're not looking at it the right way. That's how she puts it out, and I like that concept of living is it's naive, but her the way she lives is naive. You can even tell, like she's very dense in situations where she should be more headstrong and know how to do things, and be a bit more clinical with how she conducts her life. But you know look, she lives a life properly in this. She's made a lot of strong bonds. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Fruit Basket. Part two, I just finished the season, so like second season should be good. Can't wait. Yeah, that's basically it. This is the end of the video. As you can tell, I'm dragging it out like One Piece. No hate. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Speaking of more content, the updates will be on my Twitter. So you'll know when I'm going to be posting my next video and everything. My Twitter link is actually inside the description below. Below the Crunchyroll lineup description link. Why did I say description? But anyways, yeah. And if you like the video, give it a like, a thumbs up. You know, uh, it it makes life easier for everyone. Um, and if you know people who like anime, send this share this video with other people who like anime or people who want to start watching anime, or want to come back to anime. Send them the link to my channel. I'm going to be tackling different anime. I'm going to be, you know, explaining it, giving it a better light than it already has. And it's already a big role and a big shoe I'm trying to fill. But I'm prepared for what's to come. And yeah, thank you. This is Gotaru signing out.